And I'm back. Did you miss me? You are now watching and listening to Peter Talks Smackdown. Again, if you're listening, 9 times out of 10, you're on the SoundCloud, you're on Stitcher, you're on iTunes, or you're on Podbean. Thank you for checking this out on any of those mediums, listening mediums. And you're also checking out on YouTube. If you like the pretty face, all this I got going, all this prettiness. Tyler Breeze got nothing on this motherfucker. On YouTube, Peter Talks Smackdown. Man, this is the end of a week, end of a long week, end of a lot of podcasts this week. A lot of wrestling going on. We got a lot of wrestling to go. Be sure to check out my post-TLC recap. Go check out Raw recap. I got a lot of hits on all of those this week, and I'm very happy. Thank you so much. If you are subscribed, if you are checking these out, I do appreciate you. If you're checking out a Peter Talks, anything from the PJTW Central content, whatever YouTube, whether YouTube or SoundCloud, listening, I want to thank you. Again, this is a labor of love. I like doing this for y'all. I like doing it for myself as well. It's nothing like talking wrestling, nothing like analyzing some wrestling, seeing if people agree or disagree, whatever. I know one thing, we will continue to disagree with Roman Reigns being the top guy, but nevertheless, we're still friends. But yes, this is episode 42 of the Peter Talks Smackdown. Yeah. Rolling up on 62. Got like 18 weeks, and then it'd be a full year. So where do we start? Yeah. God, where do we start? Because what has happened over the landscape of WWE is that Roman Reigns is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He won that on Raw. The return of Vince McMahon to get him over. He beat Sheamus after Sheamus, like an idiot, put up his belt to sweeten the pot of taking up for Vince McMahon when Roman Reigns is smirking and glaring and not giving a shit and talking shit about the McMahon family. All right, we got a new IC champion in Dean Ambrose, a guy who didn't have his eye on the ball, was more focused on what was happening with Roman Reigns and his duelings with the League of Jobbers and Sheamus. But he still was to overcome a lack of attention to detail and focus, and he still was able to win. We still have a U.S. champion in Alberto Del Rio. We still have the Divas champion as Charlotte Flair. I think that's basically the landscape, but only the two at the top, I guess, if you would call it the top, if you consider the IC belt considered the top. It is the belt for SmackDown, so I guess it is the top. It took the place of the big gold. So, but we have yet to see Ambrose with the belt hanging out with Roman Reigns with the belt. All this time, both those fools are beltless. Both these fools are sniffing a belt. But as soon, and they are damn near make it out. Brodeo Express. But as soon as they win the fucking belts, they're nowhere to be found near each other. Now, can someone please tell me why that is the case? All right. Just saying. I think that, the Usos even came out to celebrate with Reigns and not Ambrose. So we'll see what happens with this. He's gonna get bored with that IC belt after a while, and I guess we'll finally get the him going after the belt. But he can't beat Roman Reigns. No one can beat Roman Reigns. No one can beat Roman Reigns. I think the only person that could probably beat Roman Reigns is Doomsday. Yeah. I think that's about it. The Doomsday. And speaking of Reigns, he kicks off the show because you know what? He has to be on SmackDown. He just has to be on SmackDown. I think SmackDown for him is like a practice ground, you know, because he doesn't get to do much talking on Raw. And when he does get to talk on Raw, we get fucking tater tots, right? But SmackDown, he's been showing up on SmackDown a lot since Seth Rollins has been out, and he cuts his promo. I still can't get into this guy, man. This guy has no charisma, man. This guy has nothing that I want in a champion. Nothing at all. Nothing relatable. Nothing in it. And he's talking about how he won the belt. But then he also kind of, he's commenting on the fact that he's going to embrace in this moment because his time at WWE won't be long. Because he beat up Triple H, who no-sells his ass in London. And then he knocks out the chair in Vince McMahon. And I go like, really? Wouldn't you think, like, it doesn't make sense. I understand this is fantasy. I understand this is like, a fantasy world of a job, of a theater, of a performance. But like, if you're talking about how you're afraid to lose your job, but you're holding a belt, you're holding this belt, you're talking about your job as if you're going to lose your job, as if it's hard to explain. But when you think that the average person would have been fired anyway, right? Like, hey, bro, you fucked up. You done beat up the president and you beat up the chair. I think it's about time for you to leave. The guy doesn't come back to work with a check, He doesn't come back with a check and talks to his, a new check, his latest check, talking about how he's not going to be around for long after he done beat up the fucking chair and the president. He's not returning to that building, right? And that's the thing with here. So it's like you're trying to get us to feel sympathy for you for knocking out the two biggest rungs on the fucking thing, and you're talking about how you're sad because you may just lose your job. You should already lost your job. I think if you haven't lost your job by now, you're pretty secure, Roman. You might want to find another means to get sympathy for us. All right? Or why should we feel sympathy for you? You're the champ. You're the champ now. You should stick your chest out and gloat about it, and thank all those who's helped you along the way. But don't be talking about some bullshit that we know is not the case. It's not the case. And even on top of this, he talks about we did it, and then like Sheamus comes out and he had to drop his fucking Sheamus 515 shirt out there because I'm to the understanding that no one's buying this motherfucking shirt. He wants his fucking belt back, right? And he's been informed to let Roman Reigns know that he's basically fired, that he's, I guess, technically fired, or no, he's suspended. Sorry, he's suspended. And that they're going to do an investigation of the assault of both Triple H and Vince McMahon. They're going to do an investigation. This is stupid. So what happens is he's been told by the authority that Roman Reigns has to leave. And if he doesn't leave to resort to other means to getting him the fuck gone. All of a sudden, by the way, they're in Newark, New Jersey. Newark's finest security in the land of America shows up. Some jabronis from whatever local talent, whatever in New Jersey, they all showed up. It's about good 12 of them. They line up and it's like, yo, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. That's what Sheamus says. And Roman Reigns refused to leave. The guy's like, fuck you, whatever, I'm not leaving. Because it's bad enough that I beat up the owner and the COO, but whatever, man, I'm Bully Reigns. Fuck you, I ain't doing shit. So all those jabronis run down. They get their ass kicked. And the biggest of the group is like, I'm just doing my job, man. Don't make this tough. He catches a Superman punch for his fucking troubles. And then he's left in the ring. Roman Reigns standing tall yet again. And Sheamus just basically walks off. The Jabroni Express. It's like, how can you connect to this, people? How? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. He's been force-fed for you to like, and now all of a sudden, I get it. The landscape has been kind of sad. You know, it's been nothing but heel. Since John Cena has let up off that fucking WWE World Heavyweight Championship, it's been nothing but heels holding it. I mean, if you consider Brock Lesnar a heel, but he was off TV with it. Ever since then, it's just been Seth Rollins. Yeah, it's been Seth Rollins. And I'm trying to think of who else has held that belt. Randy Orton. But yeah, I guess it's just been heels. I guess it feels good to have a baby face. But this baby face, he's a bully. I don't know. I'm going to get off this Roman Reigns thing. And I hate for those who are listening, I hope you're not annoyed by this, because a lot of y'all are getting at me that you like Roman Reigns. And, dude, you can love him. You can love him. It's going to take me some time, because he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's not. So I'm going to have to just deal with that. But I don't want to run y'all away if I'm talking shit about your boy. Your boy. Oh, he refuses to leave. Call the cops or something. I don't know. Del Rio versus Ryback. Oh, God. Those guys have no more energy. Those guys have no more drive, no more intensity, no more anything. Since all the injuries and Cena having a sabbatical, again, right at just like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and the excitement of everyone on the roster to fucking do their fucking best to make it to the top. You got Del Rio coming back, kicking Cena in the face, ending the reign that he had as U.S. champion. There's no mention of that anymore. He's the U.S. champ. He just left like a really high profile. It didn't pay as much, obviously, but he was a AAA champion down in Mexico, and he's also a featured star on Lucha Underground, right? He leaves that shit, comes back to a bullshit storyline. He beats Cena, so you think there's promise. I fucking mark out. I have a video that's in like the 4,000s, right? On my page. My reaction video to the return of Alberto Del Rio, right? And nothing's come of it. So you got these two dudes who are just like, who lost all enthusiasm, and they have to be in this match. So Ryback has been having his ass handed to him by Ryback, right? So Ryback has been having his ass handed to him by Rusev, right? And he just has his ass handed to him again by the League of Nations. I mean, this match, I think there's even a Thez press botch. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Let's just get this shit over with, because none of those dudes seem excited to be in this match whatsoever. Ryback hits the meat hook, and then like the nation of mid-carders, along with featuring Wade Barrett, right? He finally shows up to the party, and they basically distract him. They don't get into the ring. They just kind of run out, and Ryback's like, all right, what the fuck, yo? Which leads to a distraction armbar, the arm breaker. He doesn't do the border stomp. Again, what I call the border stomp, the Tree of Woe stomp. But we've yet to see Alberto Del Rio use the arm breaker to finish a match. We've seen him do it post-match, but this is the first time. And Ryback taps out, and then he's put in the accolade. He's bro kicked and put into the accolade. And the League of Jobbers, oh, look, we can't get Roman Reigns. Our jobber asses can't beat Roman Reigns, so we'll go after Ryback. And Ryback is just like, I'm not as good as Roman Reigns. That's basically what this is. Now, what's up with this League of Nations? Because why couldn't they come out and take out fucking Roman Reigns? Why couldn't they get him the fuck out of the building? Oh, whatever. It all comes back to Roman Reigns. I'm so sorry, folks. We get Summer Breeze in the back, and Goldust apparently is the new foe. He's going to be the thorn in Tyler Breeze's side. But he's gone back to the weird, creepy Goldust. He's not like kind of serious or anything like that. He's wacky now. He's the wacky Goldust. We all love I love Goldust. Again, he's one of my favorite three. He's in my top three. Booker T, fucking Goldust, and Diamond Dallas Page. Those are my boys. I don't care what anybody says. We all have different wrestling tastes. But I love Goldust. And anytime he's in, he's good. I like it. Whatever. I'm thinking Tyler Breeze is in a fucked up situation, but they're feeding him Goldust. That's what's going to happen here. So they haven't lost hope in Tyler Breeze, but damn, what a debut. What a fucking debut. It is going to be an honor. You better fucking be respectful, you fuck. Tyler Breeze, you're about to get the rub from my boy Goldust, so you better fucking respect it, all right? And creative, respect the rub that Goldust has agreed to give, okay? All right. We get Titus O'Neil versus, I'm about to say Drew Brees, and Tyler Breeze. And during the match, Goldust arrives. He sits in the VIP. He takes the selfie stick. He distracts Tyler Breeze with his own selfie stick, which leads to a distraction fucking Clash of the Titus. So we get a distraction arm breaker, and we get a distraction Clash of the Titus. So they've moved on from the distraction roll-up. They're trying to do creative ways to distract into something, right? So we won't see a roll-up for quite some time. But what we will see is like distraction moves, or whether you're finisher or what have you. And I think we get another fucking distraction move coming up next. But before, I guess Stardust is nowhere to be found since Titus is out there. Nothing of him, whatever, because they've been doing that whole bullshit. I guess they dropped it. To see Goldust and Booker T in the same room was pretty awesome. But nevertheless, Ambrose in the back with Young, and he's like, blah, 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 I'm crazy. Whatever. No substance whatsoever. Wyatt's cut a package in the back, and it's just, I guess to sum it up, he's talking about doing away with Team Extreme, and Bray Wyatt is like, when you come face to face with the Wyatts, Extreme isn't enough. And then they go down the whole roster of the Wyatts, and they all say something dark and creepy. Once you look for the dark light, you always find the darkness and all that crazy shit. And then I don't know. Does anyone else laugh when Braun Strowman just shows his face? He looks like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. It always cracks me the fuck up. I'm just waiting. Whenever he shows his face, I just want him to go, nerds. He's Ogre. He really is Ogre. But he cracks me up. And I think he says something like, I'm happy when someone dies in my arms, or some shit like that. I just died in your arms tonight. That should be his theme song when he comes out and starts doing solos. But it's all creepy as fuck. Where do you go next? I say go out to the League of Nations. It's time for you well, if you're face of fear, my ass, your baby faces, as long as you come out to those fucking fireflies, your baby faces in my eyes. And people, when you show up, hell, when you showed up 2 weeks ago, like randomly to like fuck with the League of Nations, everyone's like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. Even though you got treated like jabronis to the fucking likes of the Rain Men who showed up last and didn't even talk. But anyway, You guys should just go out to the League of Nations and just go and just make their lives a living hell because they think they're so fucking tough. All right? That will be fun for me. New Day featuring Xavier Wood and Kofi Kingston. Big E trombone duties. He blows at the trombone, by the way. Versus the Lucha Dragons. Again, they cut a promo on basically the Usos and the Lucha Dragons being jealous, sour grapes. Who cares? I'm not done with the New Day. I'm somewhat checked out. Their gimmick is different than what it was, say, a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. They are just annoying now. They were not shucking and jiving. They were not fucking hootenannying it up. They weren't like fucking jigabooing it. They are now. This is entirely different New Day that's happening. And again, I made the comment before. As long as they are doing this style. Now, it's one thing, they were funny. They were fun. They're not so much anymore because of the change in the style. And regardless of the change in the style for me, it's not about my fanship. They will always be over as long as they shuck and jive in this manner. I don't know what it is. White people love to see blacks just make an asshole out of themselves in stereotype mode. I'll put it out there. Look at R-Truth. R-Truth is probably he's talking about this Sunday. I mean, he talked about this Wednesday with Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. R-Truth is still over being a jigaboo. And New Day has crossed that boundary of being kind of funny black dudes and very witty and very sharp to basically just shucking and jiving guys now. I mean, that'll stay over for as long as they keep doing it. So I've somewhat checked out on this. It's not fun to me anymore. It's a decent enough match. Kalisto gets the ring cut off as they're about to do the hot tag to Sin Cara. Big E runs over. I think he's distracted. The ref is distracted by Xavier Woods. Big E runs over and knocks out Sin Cara, which results in Sin Cara getting revenge by doing one sick fucking senton dive that's kind of like a flipping bulldog senton. He fucking catches on to Big E in a headlock to land in a bulldog, and he fucking his leg just falls on Xavier Woods. I'm not describing it great. I'm not doing it any justice. You have to watch it. It's such a fucking on-point move. The Lucha Dragons are impressing me so fucking much. New Day to the side, to the fucking side. I'm all about the Lucha Dragons. And if you have been paying attention to me over the past 3 weeks, I've been screaming Lucha Dragons. Lucha, Lucha. They're still the one entity out of all of these sabbaticals and all these injuries that are going for that brass ring. Sin Cara has stepped his game up. Kalisto is showing his ass. He's like, give me that Rey Mysterio rub. Give me that shit. I'm ready, son. That Selena Del Sol, which I spelled wrong, by the way, in my tweets and in my shit. I'll get it right next time. That spot, to me, sold me. It sold the living crap out of me. And I hope nothing but the best, and I'm going to be Team Lucha Dragon from here on out. At this time, they are my favorite anything on that main roster, more than anybody. I swear to you. I'm just putting it out there. I'm letting y'all know. That's my boy. That's my boy. The only way you'll get me to like Roman Reigns if somehow he teamed up with the Lucha Dragons, all right? All right. But what happens after this great dive by Sin Cara? It distracts Kofi Kingston, who is on the top buckle. Kalisto comes to, gets up under him, drops him on a power bomb. There's a power bomb pin for the 1, 2, fucking 3. So the Lucha Dragons get the victory over the New Day. We get Young in the back with Dolph Ziggler, and you know what? If there's one person who's worse than Roman Reigns, I'm never gonna give so much hate to Roman Reigns after this. Okay, I'm gonna get over it. I like to think I'm gonna get over it. But if there's one person who cuts a shittier promo than Roman Reigns, it is Dolph Ziggler. And this ain't new. If you've been listening, if you've been watching this show, if you've been listening to this show, I am not a fan of Dolph Ziggler talking, and there's a reason why. This is why. You listen to that fucking promo, this motherfucker don't know how to cut anything. He doesn't know how to cut. He doesn't know how to cut cheese. This motherfucker don't know how to cut fucking wind. He don't know how to cut anything. He doesn't know how to cut anything. He doesn't know how to cut anything. Can someone please get this motherfucker valet? You know what, Dolph? I think it's time for you to just get the fuck out of WWE. They're using you as a fool. I know that check is good, but you're better than that. You just don't talk. All right? Just get the fuck out of there. They got something for you over and fucking, you can super kick the living shit out of everyone on ROH. You can fucking go to fucking Lucha Underground and be like basically the top star over there if you want to. Here, you're utilized as a bitch. And your promos suck, so I don't know what to say to you. My notes are this, like Renee was like, "You're collateral damage," and he's like, "Blah blah blah blah," talking as fast. I honestly, I don't even know what the fuck he said, but he said something. I think it was like "womp womp womp," and he dares Owens to be a better wrestler than him, or some crazy shit. Just shut up. Sorry, guys. If you're a Dolph Ziggler fan, I really do apologize. This guy sucks. Like, he doesn't suck in the ring. I hate how he's being utilized. He should have a mouthpiece. He should not ever talk. He's too good a fucking wrestler to have to just sound like a total jabroni on the microphone. All right, we get Brie Mode. I always chuckle when I hear that fucking thing. I laugh every time. It's the most ridiculous thing that the WWE has right now. Just that little sound of Brie Bella's intro. Brie Mode and the fucking auto-tune. You can't beat that. And she does have one of my favorite themes. Out of all the things, I don't know. It's just something that just gets me giddy when I hear that. Brie Mode. I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, Brie Mode versus Becky Lynch with Team Bad. Again, Team New Day Bad in the fucking stands wearing like, I guess they're wearing PCB clothing. And I think Charlotte, what the fuck is his name? Snuka is wearing like a Charlotte shirt. Naomi is wearing like Paige shirt, and you have Sasha Banks wearing a Last Kicker shirt. So cut it with the shenanigans, okay? They don't yell, "We want Sasha" for this crap. This you and your sports entertainment crap. What you want to do with Sasha Banks? You're fucking it up. Fucking it up. Everybody just fucking it up. You're fucking up Dolph. You're fucking up everybody. All right? You're fucking up Sasha Banks. You're fucking them up. Fucking them up. You're fucking up Tyler. Fucking Breeze. You're fucking up. You're fucking it up. Because you want everyone to focus on fucking Roman Reigns. When he gets hurt, I'm telling you, anyone who's a fan of this motherfucker, you think it's bad now? Wait till this motherfucker get hurt. And people like Sasha Banks, who are just being screamed to come out and fucking like do her goddamn thing, is being held back and put in like a stupid, silly ass gimmick that she should be nowhere near. And she's a diva. Well, anyway, what happens is Charlotte Flair shows up, kind of distracts Brie Mode for a little bit. Brie Mode is becoming kind of the baby face here. right? Since she's been teaming with Alicia and since she's been teaming up with Alicia, and since Brie has not Brie, I apologize. Nikki's been gone. She's been made to look like a sympathetic figure, and they're doing a great job. And as much as she tries to be the asshole, the jerk, it seems her and Alicia Fox, she just gets showed up to where it's like, oh, I guess I'm not as badass as I used to be, kind of thing. And this match, you got Charlotte Flair basically doing what her dad did during Raw by interfering, swiping the leg of Brie Mode, who Becky Lynch can beat, Becky Lynch can beat her. But it's Charlotte wants to cheat. She wants to cheat. And that's what a heel wants. So we've talked about this before. What separates a heel from a face is that one of the things is that the heel will win at all costs because they want to win at all costs. They want to cheat. It's not they don't mind cheating. They want to cheat. That's how you get heat. That's how you build hatred. This is how you get the baby face over. So she swipes the leg, and that's a distraction. Wow. So I don't think there was one clean victory tonight at all. It was all distraction finishers. And this was a distraction disarmer. And Becky Lynch wins with the disarmer. She sees that Charlotte Flair actually swipes the leg, but she goes in for the kill anyway for the win. And what happens in the back is she confronts Lynch. Again, confronts Charlotte Flair about wanting to win on her own merit versus Charlotte cheating like her old dad did on Monday. It's like, I want to win on my own merit. I don't want to cheat, right? Because I'm a flaming babyface. And Charlotte's like, I just want you to win. That's all that's important. And then Becky Lynch is like, what, you don't think I can win? And Charlotte's like, nah, I didn't say that. It's like, that's what I think, though. And she storms off. So Becky has something to prove. And if Charlotte keeps getting in the way and looking out for her best friend and want her to fucking win right now, she comes off to me as a brat. But again, I understand she wants to do it the right way. We get Young in the back with Owens. He needs his belt back. He needs his belt back from Ambrose. And basically, fuck Dolph. I'm putting that sumbitch in the hospital. After that little thing with Young and Owens, we get breaking news that because of the win that the Lucha Dragons got this evening, they will be facing the New Day on Super Smackdown next week. Yeah, folks. Tuesday, Super Smackdown live. I'm going to have to watch it. We get Lucha Dragons versus New Day for the tag team belts. Now, jumping the gun a little bit is Xavier Wood and Kofi. Now, that's the thing, and I wish they would have cleared that up. If they would have put a stipulation on top of that, like, no, the Lucha Dragons will be facing who they beat, being Woods and Kofi Kingston, and not Big E and Woods or Big E and Kofi, okay? Because it's a setup. If Big E's in this, Big E and Kofi, who are the stronger of the fucking tag team, that they will come out the victor. And with Woods on the outside, he earns his money pretty good. It's a sure shot that they're going to win. But maybe it's the time. Lucha. The New Day, they can get 3, 4, 5, 6-time tag team champions. They can do it. They have the talent. And they're mega hot. Not the hot that I like right now, but nevertheless, they're hot. But it's time to give the Lucha Dragons a rub. It's time. It's just time. It's time. It's time. It's Lucha Dragon time. Give them the spot. Give them the moment. Again, the New Day could always win those fucking belts back. But I guess we'll find out in due time what the stipulation is going to be, if they're going to be facing Kofi and Woods with Big E with trombone duty. We get the Owens versus Ziggler match. Decent enough match. It's what you would expect. But the thing is, just seeing those two, it's one thing to look at Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. There's not a lot of variation in aesthetics. And they have kind of the same similar movesets. Why they should be a fucking tag team. The show-off selfies. I still want that. Two fucking, jabroni-ass people who are great. They're great, but they become jabronis. They look good. They both have their own little shtick. They both love the super kick. And just team them together. And plus they also have Summer Rae as a connecting point. They're Eskimo bros, yo. They're Eskimo bros. But to see Owens in the ring with Ziggler, you see a dynamic that's interesting because Owens is a great worker. He's an amazing worker. And Ziggler is an amazing worker. Ziggler flops all over the place for Owens and how brutal he can be, which turns into this situation of a match. They focus on the brutality of Kevin Owens. They have great chemistry. Just basically, they have great chemistry. But this match does not have a winner. It is, not a victor. Dolph wins via DQ. Action goes on the outside. And for some reason, the ref just says, hey, Owens, you're a little too brutal on Dolph, so I'm going to disqualify you. And I hate that. I hate when that happens. Like, there's these moments in the WWE where they fuck up these sort of no contest situations. Whether something happens in one match and then in another, it's almost like an NFL catch. Like, what the fuck is a catch, right? You got all these things. A catch used to be easy. You knew what a catch was. There was no bunch of red tape or like anything. You caught the ball, you caught the ball. Here in the WWE, they're having that same issue with their no contest and DQs. It'd be like, for one ref, this would be a DQ. For another ref, this would not be a DQ. Something as simple as driving someone into the steel chairs or throwing someone over the announce booth, right? When you're outside, unless you pick up an object and hit the person with it, is a DQ. But if you throw someone into a barricade, if you throw someone over the fucking broadcaster's booth, if you throw someone into the steel stairs, 9 times out of 10, it's just, hey, that shit just happened to be in the way. The guy, whoever the fuck, 9 times out of 10 is a heel, rolls back into the fucking ring and demands a 10 count. Right? But no. And not too long ago, we got that with someone who got thrown in the steel steps. And then the ref was like, DQ, no, dog, he's too brutal. This man has a family. And it happened here. And I just go like, I understand what you're trying to do, but it just doesn't match up in terms of, what's the word? It doesn't match up in consequence to someone's actions. If that's going to be the way to DQ, if someone's going to get tossed over the fucking, because you have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds outside to basically beat the living shit out of your opponent to possibly get a 10 count. The ref doesn't even do a 10 count. He's so focused on getting in Kevin Owens' face and actually threatening him, where this is part of the deal. What makes Dolph Ziggler any different than any other fucking wrestler that has someone outside? They're trying to get over the fact that Kevin Owens is brutal. But again, it's on an uneven. It's uneven to how they call this shit, and they need to cut that out. WWE needs to become more fuck. I wish they turned this storyline into Kevin Owens bitching about that because his character is a person who pays attention to detail. And I can see him going to the higher ups in the WWE, in character, and be like, I don't know why I got called for a DQ here. Here are some matches that did the same exact thing that didn't get a DQ. So reverse the call and fire the ref. Like, I see this thing happening in this way. It could happen in this way. If they want to be if they want to really focus in on Kevin Owens and his character, this is one of the things that his character would do. So the DQ is called. He's too brutal. So you know what? He picks the fucking bones like a good heel should. He goes back after Dolph Ziggler. It looks like he's about to get some life, but he just shoves his ass into the fucking steel steps. The rep's still in his fucking face. Like, what are you doing? Get off. What the hell? Like, fuck off. You just DQ'd me. Eat a dick. And Ambrose comes out with the save. They scuffle to think he's about to put him in the fucking Dirty Deeds Part 2, and Owens escapes. Meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler comes to, walks over, super kicks the living shit out of Ambrose. Now what? As soon as I saw Dolph Ziggler get power bombed on top of Dean Ambrose, I was like, this is going to be a three-way somehow. This has to be a three-way somehow. Where and how they're going to perform this three-way, this sounds so homoerotic, is beyond me. But it looks like with the Royal Rumble coming up soon, there needs to be that dark horse triple threat match. And the last 2 years, they've had one. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and what the hell is his name? Seth Rollins. I think last year they did another one. I can't even remember what it was, but like just a dark horse match. They'll all be in the Royal Rumble, but you put these three guys in the ring together all at once for like maybe a 15-minute triple threat at the Royal Rumble, that it could possibly steal the show. Just make sure that Dolph Ziggler doesn't talk. Make sure that Dean Ambrose has a little bit of focus, and make sure that Kevin Owens talks the most and gets as much heel heat coming in as possible. Don't make him into someone who's fucking actually cool. Just make him an asshole. Get that referee fired kind of shit. Like, fuck you, dude. You're an asshole. You're a crybaby. Oh, well. We'll see moving forward. And thank you for listening to this Peter Talk Smackdown. Ran a little longer than I thought it would. I had a lot to say. Again, it's been a crazy week. There's been a lot of things going on, a lot of storyline to talk about. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, hit that little fucking subscription button below. I'm not, again, when I point down, I'm not pointing at my junk. I'm pointing at the subscription thing. Hit it. And if you're listening on SoundCloud, iTunes, Podbean, SoundCloud, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher. If you listen to all those, hit the subscribe to that as well. Add me and Jake. Add me and Nathan to New Day. Neudaye, New Day podcast. My last name's Day. His last name is Newman. Add us to your playlists, along with your PW Torch, along with your Cheap Heat, along with your Steve Austin show, along with all your favorite wrestling podcasts. Now, again, those guys are the big wigs. Those guys they're out there doing their thing. They're getting paid, though. Me, I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. It's a labor of love. I've kicked out a lot of cash just to be able to do this, and I don't plan on getting any of it back. No Amazon links, no fucking advertisements, anything. It's just one mark to the next. That's my labor of love. So add us to your playlist. Add me to your playlist. Leave a comment below. You can also tweet me at PJTW Central. Again, that's PJTW Central. Add me. I post whenever things go up. So, and then I do some live tweets sometimes during events. Then you have, what is it? Like it. If you're listening and watching, just hit the thumbs up or the heart or whatever. And then the most important thing you could possibly do is share. Hit that rotator button or whatever. Put it on your Facebook. Put it in some sort of wrestling board on Facebook or some shit like that. Tweet it out. Add it to your Instagram. Fucking Snapchat it. It doesn't matter. I would appreciate it all around if you do those things. This is a pretty long podcast for SmackDown. And again, it's because this week, I don't think next week will be as long because it's the holiday season. I think the Super SmackDown, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and get the hell up out of here. Enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow starts the bowl season for college football. So good luck to all of your favorite football teams or in some sort of bowl. We also are in the ass end of the playoff hunt for the NFL. Go Panthers. It'd be nice to go undefeated. We don't need to go undefeated. We need our guys to be healthy. And just have a safe trip to your family and friends because 'tis the season. The college season's done and school season's done and for the holidays. And just, have fun with your family and friends. Be safe on those roads. And as always, watch out for those foreign objects. I will be seeing you on Monday for Peter's Raw Recap. Peace.